However, we don't have a confirmation of that. The suspect is barricaded himself in his apartment, and if he's watching this, I can tell you, you need to come out, surrender, because we're not going anywhere, and the best thing you can do is follow the directions of our SWAT officers as they start giving you directions here in the next few minutes. We have started an evacuation of the residents in that complex. The city manager, Ott, I have spoken with him. He has been briefed. The mayor and council have been briefed. The deputy city manager has been briefed. The road closures, as I said earlier, is eastbound 290 in both directions is closed between 135 to 183. And the eastbound 290 frontage at Berkman to Mariloma has been closed. Schools are open in the area, but there are some changes to the bus, a couple bus routes, and I'd like Lieutenant Anderson, before I take questions, to go ahead and take those. As always, the police monitors here from the onset. The district attorney's office will be here. We will be conducting joint investigations, parallel investigations, which include the criminal and the administrative, as well as the criminal investigation against this suspect who is in that house. We know that he's in there. We know that he's alive because we can hear him moving around. So if you're listening to me, you need to do what these officers are telling you before somebody gets hurt. And at this point, I will have Lieutenant Anderson real quickly give you an update on the school district situation, then we'll open up the questions.
Good morning. Right now, the schools have not been affected. We have our officers in the area to help assist our students into getting into their schools. The bus routes have been rerouted, and the buses may run a little late this morning. So everybody be patient out there with our kids when they're getting back to the schools.
How big is that complex that you have to evacuate?
It is. It's a significant size. I don't know how many apartments are on there, but if anyone is watching from that apartment complex, please wait and listen. Do not come out until the officers come and get you and evacuate you from the area. But it's really important that you cooperate because you know, we're very worried about this kind of complex where the wall is really paper thin. If we have a discharge of another firearm, that somebody gets hurt in an adjacent building. So if the officers come to your door, please open the door and please follow the directions of the officers.
You all are evacuating everybody in the complex?
We're evacuating a significant part of the complex.
What techniques are you using to try and get them?
We have our SWAT teams going to the door-to-door of the apartments that need to be evacuated for the safety of the residents.
Chief, I know this is a very fluid situation, but are you concerned about this being the 5th officer-involved shooting?
No, I'm concerned anytime we have, whether it's 1 or 5 or 10 or 20, you're always concerned when you have an officer-involved shooting because that means somebody's life was at risk, somebody's life, whether it's the officers or an innocent third party. So I think that people are trying to think that, well, we've had 3 in a very short period. This is a huge city, and it is one of the major cities in the country. We still have fewer shootings than most major police departments, significantly fewer shootings. But as we continue to grow, I've said it before and I'll say it again, that we're no longer that sleepy college town. And when somebody comes out and starts shooting in his apartment and starts shooting and pointing guns at neighbors and officers, there's a good chance you're going to have a shooting. So I'm just thankful that so far nobody's been hurt. And again, if this gentleman is watching, he knows who he is. We know who he is, but I'm not going to identify him right now. He needs to come out. He needs to listen.
Has he been in touch with the officers?
No, he has not. We have not established communication.
So what's the next step if he doesn't answer to you? I hear them calling him right now.
The next step is that, we have our hostage negotiators coming out. Our negotiators are here. You can hear what's going on right now. They're giving directions to folks in the area. So it's just a fluid situation, and we need to just take it step by step.
Is there anyone else in there right now?
We don't know.
What would be the situation, the next step for him to do? Would it be just come up with your hands up?
Listen, the longer that this goes on, the more significant and graver it is for him. He needs to just listen to what's going on, follow the directions of the officers. Nobody's been hurt to our knowledge, and so regardless of what's happened to this point, it can only get worse. So if he's watching, and there's a good chance he is, you need to come out. You need to just listen to what the officers are telling you before somebody gets hurt. Okay?
The residents, is there a count how many are being evacuated?
No, we don't have that count yet.
Is there anybody beyond the apartment complex being evacuated?
No.
Is it just everyone in that building?
It's this complex only that we're evacuating at this time.
One more question.
We are letting residents in the area drive past our location behind me. What street is that?
Enterprise Court.
Enterprise Court.
Enterprise Court. If you need to leave the area, we are allowing people, but please really understand that a lot of police officers on foot, so please drive very slowly and follow directions of the officers that are out there watching for people to be able to get out. We're trying to disrupt the neighborhood as little as possible, being respectful of our residents trying to get to work and to school. So one last thing to the kids. There is no excuse to not go to school today. Schools, every single school is open in this area, so you cannot use this as an excuse, okay? There will be no excuse not being in school because of this incident. Anything else?